And live on a midday podcast. What in the world are we doing? What are we thinking? I have no idea. But we just watched the Verizon Ultra event. All right, essentially what we now have from Verizon is an ecosystem of sorts, a full onslaught of new use cases, home internet, bundling, discounts. There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I brought on the experts. I have with me today Mr. Zero Cool, the Moose himself, and now the bearded dragon is upon us.
Swear you people don't sleep.
This is midday, man. What are you supposed to do?
Sleep.
No, not during the midday. At night.
I wish.
Isn't that what you're just paid to do at work? Just
Pete, you don't remember the last hashtag was hashtag no sleep till Cband.
That's right.
So that means we're
I'm
up
too old
until,
for that, you kids.
we're not sleeping until January 19th, dog.
January 19th now. That's actually the first news of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like Buttigieg is pretty hard on that one.
Must be his birthday or something.
Birthdays.
Well, I have a feeling he knows how important developing 5G is, and the 50 exclusion airports sounds like the Idaho airport is not on the list.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you, Cesar Gomez, for the $10 super chat with the pair jumping up saying #1 fan.
Thanks, Caesar. Appreciate the super chat. All that you do for the channel. Let's greet some people here on the way in. Chesco, Ashay, good to have you guys. We got Zeke, we got Baby Yoda. Aaron P is here. Suburban Beard is in the house. We got Kazi, we got Chaim. Josh is here. Again, we got Caesar, we got Kimon. Zach is in the house. Austin is here. I believe the plans are getting dropped tomorrow. But the plans, they're all this. The naming is still the same. They just put 5G in front, and then they modified a couple of things. What's up, Medardo? We got Kevin, and we got Jose. Yeah, Happy New Year, buddy.
So basically, is this them saying they're getting rid of the 3G? Because I could have sworn all their plans had the 5G included, or was I missing something?
Yeah, we'll have to see the terms once they officially launch tomorrow on the page.
Because those would be horrible plans for Boulder if they drop the 3G.
Actually, I think what we should do is let's break down this podcast into 3 major parts. Oh man, somebody's got a real phone, huh?
That I do.
All right, we'll do thoughts and reflections on the event itself. Then I think it's important that we talk about the home internet because that was a big piece of the show. Also, a big part of it was the 5G use cases, whole concept of the ecosystem. And then I think actually, since we'll be talking about home internet pricing, probably the T-Mobile competition side, we'll just talk about the plan changes too. All right. Moose, I'll start with you, sir. Thoughts and opinions, because I know you watched it. Just reflect on the event itself, the production and everything.
Well, like I was saying live in our group chat here, it was pre-recorded, so it was ready to go at any time. The other thing that I noticed is obviously high quality, high caliber, not no damn magenta, sparkles and ridiculousness. This was straight. All the bullet points and the check marks, all the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed, like the SMT would say. It was extremely focused, like we talked about in the group chat. It was extremely focused production.
Yeah,
real quick.
I think you're right about that. Go ahead, Pete.
Isaiah Davenport seems to have some confusion with the exclusion zones. They will only be near the airports for the majority will be 5 miles. Some might be up to 10 based on how crappy their equipment is. But it won't hit the whole city unless the airport is in the center of a really small city. And generally, airports have need to be toward the size unless they're behind the times. I know Stapleton in Denver was decommissioned because they could no longer have an international airport going in the middle of Denver, so they put it 30 miles outside of Aurora.
All right, so going back to this whole production of the event, they had a lot of like names, right? They had Terry Crews, they had the director, actress, lady. I don't even know her name. They had the lady
Elizabeth Banks. Yeah.
They had the lady from Boba Fett, right? So
Yeah.
the book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
So like, and they tied in the whole Star Wars thing, the Pokemon Go reference with the game developer.
Oh,
all that stuff was high end. I know it was prepared. I know it was produced. I know that some people don't like the acting, and it's irrelevant. That's just the production piece was definitely high, and they spent a lot of freaking money on this.
Lots of money. Big money.
The Pokemon Go thing kind of confused me. I've been Pokemon Going on the Verizon line, and I've seen no difference between the T-Mobile and the AT&T, other than in some locations it takes longer to log in.
Yeah, so the production piece was pretty big. Obviously, the naming, Ultra Innovation, Ultra Show, Ultra Wideband, all that was kind of integrated into the naming scheme.
It's all about the millimeter wave, Sneed. All about the millimeter wave.
Well, in my opinion, the experience is going to be the ultimate on millimeter wave. It's going to take years to get there. So this is what it is for now, I guess.
Yeah,
they didn't have any Ultra Crocskin shoes in the show, so go with that.
Now
is that an AT&T thing, Caleb?
No, that's a Hans Vestberg thing.
Oh, he uses alligator skin?
Bro, John Stanky buys his suits from Macy's. Hans goes to a tailor. You know that.
I go to a tailor. What's your point?
Flex, bro. Dang. You go to Giovanni's, don't you?
I used to. There's no Giovanni near me anymore. But hey, I need my legs a specific length, and the inseam's important, man.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. So, I mean, Zero Cool. Anything about the production piece or the delivery or anything that kind of stuck out to you, or were you impressed? Were you just kind of blasé, whatever?
I think one of the main message from that, what I got from that is that the things that you want to do with 5G now you really can do, type of deal. Like it's a total customer focus. Like you like watching Disney Plus, or you like playing Pokemon Go, whatever. Like the things that had lag, or things that were maybe buffering, the things that I think this is totally customer focused and making a big statement saying, hey, you want entertainment, you want value, you want high end 5G speed, we have it, and this is what we're bringing. So it's kind of a you know what I mean? It's like saying, here's to the customer, we know what you love to do, and we're going to give you the network to do it. So
and you know what else I was thinking? It was all about capacity, right?
Oh yeah,
yes, that's right. Yeah,
from the jump. Yeah,
go ahead, what I was thinking, Sneed, as Zero Cool mentioned this, because I love that everybody has different perspectives. You know how in certain phones you can toggle if you're on 5G sometimes, or 5G always, or LTE, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think now with this C-band launch later this month, there's no longer going to be an option of sometimes on 5G or always on 5G. I think it's going to be just strictly 5G on, period, and LTE.
5G cracks can choose, always on.
Because the big selling point is this access to more spectrum, more speed. You know what I mean?
So what you're telling me is, when I get the One UI 4 update on my Fold 2 5G, I'm gonna be right. I'm not going to be disabling the 5G bands like it's on. So I'll be trading it like my T-Mobile line.
I think that I think it is going to be like that because they're going to force the customers. Think about it like this. This is how I took it from that 30% comment.
That sounds horrible, Moose. I'm going to be thrashing bands on DSS 4G and 5G in my market.
Well, I'm thinking of it differently, guys. And hear me out. Like with the C-band, you're not going to have to go on DSS. Think of the C-band as like a huge capacity of like an LTE band. But just hear me out. Like it's going to make it so you're not going to have to go back on LTE ever.
Caleb, in the middle of my city, I have a FAA monitoring tower.
Well, I mean, once they get the airport crap worked out, this is designed with enough capacity that the customers aren't going to have to go onto LTE to switch back, right, or DSS or what have you, right? So,
hey, that'll be good for the people who can get hit by it.
Right. Yeah, I think that's this whole capacity game. This is the whole purpose of C-band, right? To bring enough capacity over to the 5G network, the 5G side, right? Especially when it goes SA, right? So, this is a total capacity play, so that you just don't have to think about LTE anymore. That's what Verizon's trying to do, is get everybody on the 5G as quick as possible.
All right, so a couple of bits and pieces that were important from the CEO. He mentioned 100 million pops of C-band at launch. He also mentioned over 30% of the customer clientele, the consumer base, has a 5G enabled phone for Ultrawide.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So that means people are upgrading pretty quickly. He said it was the fastest upgrade cycle they had seen, compared to like 3G and 4G LTE. So those were, things that I think are important to us as we track it for the consumers and for the network transitions. 3G is actively being decommissioned, so that's moving to LTE. Now with C-band going live and 5G ultra-wideband, getting enhancements and upgrades, I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be improving for Verizon Wireless customers. I think the next thing we should probably also talk about, and this is what I was really excited about, was the home internet grand scale launch. I have fiber.
Oh, yeah.
I do not have a horse in the race, as they say, or a dog in the fight. But as a consumer advocate, as myself, Moose, Zero Cool, Pete, I know, we all are. There are people out there that are within a shot's range of a Verizon site that have HughesNet, Viasat, or some crappy form of DSL that
or trying to get Starlink
has yet to upgrade, or Cox Communications, some form of trash, right? Some form of garbage can residue.
I'm hoping my friend in the middle of nowhere can take advantage of the C-band on his iPhone 13s.
Yeah, definitely last mile, what we call last mile customers, right? This is going to be a huge boon for them, for those customers that do have like ADSL, or customers that are just a mile or two shy from fiber that really wanted something competitive.
You saying fixed wireless competes with fiber on the uplink?
Well, what I'm saying is just that fixed wireless is better than having, like I said, HughesNet or a last mile ADSL, better than Starlink. Yeah. This is going to be another option for them to that, at least on the to be honest with you, C-band again. This is the whole thing with C-band. It's going to have a huge, tremendous, even on the uplink. I can see that, right? You're probably going to get at least maybe 300 to 500 on the uplink.
In its maturity.
In its maturity.
Yeah.
So that's a win for customers.
Yeah, I totally agree. And actually, let's talk about this from a competition standpoint. We want T-Mobile and Verizon to be at each other's neck
Oh, hell yeah.
for the sake of pricing and availability of the service. So, Pete, watch how I set
Mhm.
this up. You're going to dig this.
I'm
T-Mobile
waiting.
T-Mobile sells their service for $60, 50 with autopay. No other discounts involved, right?
Yep.
Verizon's going almost the same. They're going 60, and then wait, how does it go? 60, and if you have the wireless service with them, it's a $20 discount, and
Oh,
then it's a
40.
$10 autopay. It comes down to like $40. However,
So,
it's I think
Sneed, what
70.
you're saying is you don't need Verizon Wireless to get their home internet?
Well,
No.
you get a sizable discount.
But yeah, you get a discount if you are
Dude,
a
the
customer.
discount's 50%.
I know, but what I'm asking is, with T-Mobile, you need to be an active customer
No.
to get the internet.
No.
So, if Verizon goes hog with the C-band for the internet, that might make it so in those pops where there's some issue with satellite things, T-Mobile has good, the 180 megahertz of N41 going. They might open up their internet to non-T-Mobile customers.
You don't have to be a T-Mobile customer to have
Really?
the T-Mobile home internet. Really?
I must have missed something.
No.
This was a long time ago. Yeah, they changed it a long time ago.
Well, I'm in the fiber, so not really my sphere. Nobody's nobody's really asked me, hey, how can I get on the T-Mobile home internet? They go,
But
is it
but see,
available?
this is the key, though. This is the key: is that there is a opportunity here, a miscommunication from T-Mobile that they should be advertising it more, but they have not.
Especially in the populations where there's a delay due to airports.
You're gonna get free moon dust from Planet Zorb with your T-Mobile internet. It's true.
Is that as buzzy as some substances people might be smelling?
Jesus.
That also comes with your T-Mobile home internet. Yeah.
Hey, if that was the case, I'm surprised they only have 500,000 customers.
So now, one of the things that I wanted to mention, Sneed, if I can, this is big. Verizon is going all in. This is what they plan to do. They have upgraded their plans to be more data focused for the heavy users. We were talking about it, right? The hotspot plan, highest the in the industry, right? 50 gigs, if I'm not mistaken, Sneed.
Mm-hmm.
Highest in the industry.
Yeah.
This is going to send a response to both other carriers, Magenta and Blue.
I think you're right, Moose. I think you're right. Yeah.
This is going to be a big response that's needed.
Well, here's
possibly
the thing,
a refresh.
Let's unpack that real quick, and I'm going to let you answer it now, right? AT&T and with their Elite, and then T-Mobile with their Magenta Max. Those are by far superior plans to whatever Verizon had previously. If you are a power user, those were the two plans to go to. In my opinion, I like the Elite better, only because I don't like Netflix. Like if I look at the perk, but as the plans are constructed, they're almost like the same, right?
Hey, Sneed.
Yeah.
You liking that 4K Netflix?
Yasmin loves the 4K Netflix. I don't really watch TV. I only watch live sports, man, but my daughter loves it.
And I went into my Netflix and named an account Yasmin just for her.
Yeah, she loves it, dude.
With the ratings that Sneed wanted.
So, like, I think those two plans were far better than the Get More. Now, one thing got better about the Get More, really, and that's the tethering and hotspot data. The problem is this, though. We can't forget that the Elite and the Magenta Max still offer
Correct.
better video playback resolution.
Boom.
Still. Right?
Still.
So Still. So we have
unless
to
you're
call it
on the
spade a spade.
millimeter wave.
So
It's not going to be. It's not going to be enough.
Well, here's my point. If you're looking at this plan as, okay, is this better than the Magenta MAX and better than the AT&T Elite, you would have to be emphasizing, I need 50 gigs of tethering data. That's it.
Or is this available where you're living?
That's another issue, and that's actually. So I was going to mention this. This is not a full revamp. I think this is step 1 of their revamp, because once phase 2 of C-band is launched for Verizon, I believe that they will completely uncap the throttle on video. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, because the channels will be very wide. Right.
200 plus in megahertz, and you're still going to be throttling people to 720p. It's insane. Go ahead.
It's enough for the 1080p 30 frames video, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, but I want you guys to kind of mull something and think about something, right? Verizon, they launched the C-band and these new plans. AT&T will shortly follow after that, right? What do you think will be a big enough response that T-Mobile is going to have to give for not only new 5G network technology coming out with new spectrum, but also rate plans? What do you think is a sizable response back to Verizon AT&T?
Well, you can't increase rate plans. You can't increase pricing without creating new experience.
So this is what I'm thinking. You got the only carrier with voice over NR.
Oh, Pete, we got a super
no.
Pete.
We got a super chat from Blind Tech Adventures, $20. It's a lemon person throwing out its arms with hearts and flowers blooming.
Thanks, Nimmer. Appreciate it. Thanks for the
super chat. Isaiah is wondering if this will cause AT&T to offer fixed wireless. We think they're still doing that fiber to the home stuff over that.
I think that the biggest takeaway though is this: Verizon just stepped up in a small way, but I know the Chacha Carlos mentioned it in our quick call before the live stream. They are giving for 2 of their 4 plans, right, Sneed, or 3 of their 4 plans, 1 day of international day pass for free.
Right.
That is a big deal. That's a big deal, and I'll tell you why. Because that entices people, oh, hey, let me go international travel once this COVID situation is cleared up. Or another way to think about it is, hey, I'm getting a free international day pass. That's not Canada or Mexico. Keep that in mind. That's not Canada or Mexico. But maybe I'll pay for an additional couple days. Here's the thing, though. This is going to definitely send a response to T-Mobile and AT&T.
Hey, Caleb, do you think T-Mobile could introduce a new rate plan at $90 called Magenta MAX International?
If they do that, it's not going to be enough. Voice over NR, that's not going to be enough either. It has to be something as big as C-band and their other rate plans. It has to be. See what Verizon and AT&T are doing. They're kind of doing like a huge 2 for 1. It's T-Mobile has to come up with something that's gonna kind of be a big shock to
other than the carrier aggregation.
That's still not enough.
No.
It has to be something that's gonna shock everybody.
Huh. And it's not going to be Papa John's on Tuesday.
I would hope not.
Alex, thank you for the $2 super chance. Probably not.
No.
I have internal confirmation. 19th is a go.
Yeah, 19th is a go.
19th is a go.
There's a lot of things happening. So do you want to address that, Sneed, about what's the timeline since the last time we spoke?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and update it for anybody who maybe doesn't know. The C-band delay pushback from the FAA is removed. It appears that they have found common ground. There's going to be a couple of mitigation efforts. It's going to be a list of airports, I think 50 of them, that are going to be off limits. Verizon and AT&T will stay away from. They'll have a buffer zone or an exclusion zone at those places, which sounds like pretty much if you're a certain distance from the airport, the carriers can deploy C-band in those markets. I don't know how many cities that is that are going to be affected by the exclusion zones, but it's 50 airports. But in a place like New York City that has multiple airports, and these are top 46 PAs, I would say that at least 10 of these markets have multiple airports. So we're probably talking about 30 to 35 markets with airport exclusion zones. That's just my estimate, my personal guess. But C-band is cleared. There is no more opposition from what I can see. I looked at the letter. I read the terminology. I looked at the final terms signed by the FAA's, is it David Hickson or something? And then the Peter Buttigieg, the Department of Transportation Secretary. So it's a go. I'm not sure if anybody is saying otherwise. That's speculation. I'm not speculating that C-band is a go. That is official news. Anybody says otherwise, they're speculating. And then we got a super chat here from Alex. Any chance Verizon might turn on C-band before January 19th? I would say just test sites might be on for engineers, but that's really it. And another one, thank you, Alex. How big is the buffer zone? Pete, what were we estimating in most cases to be the expectation? I know we talked about 5 miles, 7 miles, 5K. What do you think?
It's I can kind of answer that. It's going to be the minimum of 5 to 7 miles.
So, and honestly, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Even if you're at the 5 to 7 mile range, you could probably still get an upgrade there, and it shouldn't be much of a concern. I mean, the theoretical range of a C-band signal is probably a couple of miles anyways.
Right. Yep.
So a lot of people have been commenting, no backbone, no spine, Verizon, AT&T, what the heck's going on? A lot of people are saying blasphemy about the White House article or the press release, Sneed, earlier this morning. Right. People had no idea that the president even was involved.
I don't think he was
today in the morning.
I just think he had to make a statement, Moose.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was just.
We're on the same page. I think the entire SMT community is on the same page that this could have been resolved in a whole different way, massively different way, and we didn't need an additional 2 weeks. Could have been literally launched tomorrow. FAA didn't give a damn until November 2nd.
That's the problem.
Clearly, yeah, they didn't give a damn.
Issue.
Yep, they didn't give a damn until November 2nd.
Yeah.
Everybody was scrambling. People were on vacation. People are still on vacation.
Yep.
So I think that this was a what would you say, Sneed? A situation of epic proportions that just collapsed all in one time. And to avoid lawsuits, Hans and Stanky were like, you know what? We'll pause. But after that, it's it. That's it. There's no more additional delays.
There are several issues here. We had, I think there's an FCC problem here at the top of the FCC personally. No public statements, no encouragement of discussions that we know about. The FCC was undermined in this, clearly. There was probably an overstepping of several people involved here. Turns out that Peter Buttigieg actually seemed to be one of the progress makers in this. I'm surprised. I didn't think that was going to be the case. He apparently was someone who facilitated this solution. I honestly think that this was going to hit the fan. Apparently, he was the one that got the FAA to just accept to terms that, like, if you look at the terminology of the letter, Moose, it says, from the Department of Transportation Secretary, thank you, Verizon and AT&T, for giving us time and the space over these next 2 weeks to finalize and prepare. So this falls back on the FAA. Unprepared, incompetent, unprofessional, literally risking people's lives with their procrastination. I'm appalled. I'm offended that my overseer of flight operations was willing to risk everything until November. And then people are mad at the carriers? That is just nuts. I don't protect carriers, but I know who's right and who's wrong in this. The FCC and the carriers and the FAA were all at the same table 2 years ago. And now here's the FAA crying wolf. That's been the issue since the whole thing started.
Yeah. Biden was probably like, Cband airport.
This was absolutely out of
I personally
control.
believe he just still doesn't know what's going on with Cband. Nobody really knows. Look at that. Look at the coverage from MSNBC. It was fear mongering. Planes are going to fall from the sky.
Oh my God.
This is what I'm talking. It was complete irresponsibility in coverage. Nobody knows what Cband is. Nobody knows.
Nobody
understands
what it is.
Yeah, nobody understands what altimeters are. Yeah,
they just put a narrative. Again, it goes back to what we talked about, Sneed, and I know Pete mentioned this. It's like, who's controlling the narrative, right? Who needs the power grab the most?
I just don't understand how the FAA thought that this was the way to go. You know, what? Like, I don't see how this was the way.
Definitely not the way the Mandalorian taught us. This is not the way.
Not the man.
Building in the Disney Plus thing, like Verizon did.
Yeah, there you go.
Building in. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, Sneed. The situation is finally. Remember what we said on Sunday. This week is one of the most critical weeks in U.S. telecom history, because something was going to happen, whether it was going to be a lawsuit or there'll be a resolution.
I want to ask you something. I got to ask you this, Moose. You're the one. You're the one for this. Is the industry better today now that we have Cband on deck?
The industry is worse off today because there was a forced delay.
It's launching January 19th. We just had the Ultra event. Is the consumer space and the industry better today?
What do you mean better January 19th?
Yeah,
or
today.
Are you talking about today, the 4th?
We know what's coming, right? Okay, we know it's coming.
Yes, I believe that this will start a lot of opportunities of innovation. I should say it like that. Like, for example, this Oculus, right? I've been told the version 3 Oculus or version 4, whichever one the next one is going to come out, will have a 5G radio for both mmWave, ultra-wideband, sub-6, and capabilities of LTE Advanced. I've been told that, augmented reality, virtual reality is on deck. So that's going to be needing that enhanced spectrum. On the 5G event that was there, you saw there was a car manufacturer, right? So they're on deck as well, right? And they need the spectrum. It's just a matter of time for more cities to get the equipment, because I know we've been on record that there has been significant supply shortages, not just for the C-band, but even for the baseband units, the antenna equipment overall. So it's just a matter of time, Sneed, that the entire 46 PEAs will be covered by end of year.
Yeah, I mean, C-band will be at 100 million pops apparently at launch. I think 200 million within 365 days is possible with an accelerated build, which 10 billion dedicated to the build, right? AT&T is at an $8 billion dedicated build, so that's plenty of money.
That's definitely doable.
And I know you mentioned, Sneed, that what would have happened if there wasn't a supply shortage? That is the key question. Where would we be at today?
I'm sorry, what did you say again, Moose? Repeat, please.
What would have happened if there wasn't a supply shortage on the equipment? Where would we be at?
I think we'd be. I mean, if we're approaching, I think Hans says he wanted to be at March on 8,000 sites, right? I think we'd be there without a supply shortage. I think we'd be at 8,000 to 9,000.
Yeah, I think that.
And that represents what, about 10% of the macro sites, right?
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, it's very low, but at least it's something that alleviates the congestion immediately, right? One of the things that every customer will experience that has a 5G capable phone for the C-band, and I know Zero Cool, I would love to get your input on this. They will experience an immediate alleviation of congestion if you are able to connect to the C-band. Go ahead.
Yes, that's right. We call that in the RF world instant capacity. That's instant capacity. We just say instant capacity sites or instant capacity, right? So this is excuse me. This is really good for customers. If you guys remember me telling you when the C-band was first realized, kind of being fleshed out, auctioned out, and everything, I told you guys that this was the the golden spectrum, right? The Goldilocks spectrum, as they say. So it's going to be that. It's going to be instant capacity. You guys, it's going to be felt, I should say, right? People are going to notice that, especially on, like on the 5G side. This is no longer going to be, oh, I have a 5G icon. This isn't going to be like an icon game, right? This is going to be, holy crap! I have a phone that could do real 5G. I have a phone that can do the videos that I want, that can play the apps, that can do VR, AR.
Now, does it have a thong on?
No, none of that. No. This is just gonna, especially when you combine that with millimeter wave, that's gonna be a huge win, huge powerhouse. We'll be able to see things, especially like in hospital settings and medicals, like the surgeries, remote surgeries. This is going to add to the transportation industry hugely for that, right? So yeah, this is going to be a great time coming January 19th.
Just to address a couple of things here, Vincent. Looking at your comment here, they made the Get More plan official today. No deprio on the entire plan. So I guess if that's what you're asking, truly unlimited, no deprio ever. So
I found out. I called Verizon before I joined this. So if I change, because I have my sub account on the home internet, which has the newer plan. So if I change that to the newer plan, then my $40 LTE home box, which would be 5G home box, at the launch of the N77, well, it will turn from 40 to 20. I already confirmed that. So it's 50% off.
There we go. So now, instead of it being a $20 difference in price compared to the T-Mobile home internet, we're talking about a $40 difference in price.
So if I were you guys and you guys want that, I would get it right now. Well, it's $40, the LTE box. So when you lock in that price, you could do it today and then change your plan tomorrow, and it'll go down to 20.
There you go. Yep. And just to kind of wrap that up about the plan, I mean, it's right there. It's right there with the Magenta MAX. It's right there with the Elite. It's pretty close. I still think the video resolution playback, they should just go ahead and leave it unlimited how the Elite and the Max are. From what I understand, those plans, no restriction whatsoever on the video res playback. But, I mean, you're getting a lot of tethering data. There's some good things about the plan, for sure. In terms of the home internet, as Carlos stated, it does bring up a great value play. It does make the service way cheaper than the T-Mobile home internet. The only issue is that's going to take time to get to places around the country, right? So the 3 blocks for C-band, block A goes first now. Blocks B and C is 2023, which is the non-top 46 PEAs. That gives T-Mobile a chance to really get out in front and get those customers. But the problem becomes at that point in time, people are going to start looking at their options like, oh, T-Mobile's home internet is $50 on autopay. Verizon's going to give it to me for $40 with autopay. And if I bundle it with wireless, I pay half. Right? So they might start playing the value game, and who knows? Maybe the Verizon service ends up being better. So then it becomes another option, like the service is better too, and the gateway is better, or something like it. That competition right there is exactly what we wanted as consumers. Hey, Vivian, good to see you. Glad you could stop by the show today. She said she's got the Play More and the Do More plans, 100 gigs of premium data to match the middle tier AT&T and T-Mobile. I don't know. I mean, I think the new plan is structured better, isn't it? Based on the.
We still need to look at the fine print. Yeah.
Yeah. And from what we're hearing, with the highest tier Verizon plan, you could call in and get the 720p lifted to 4K. But I can't confirm or deny that because I haven't tried to activate the service or contact them about it. That's just what I heard.
Bro, I'll be doing it tomorrow, bro. I got
then you can let us know, man. Do some coverage on it. Okay, so Kazi says I'll dump Comcast. Well, if Verizon's going to have a 60 megahertz channel of C-band that you can get a good signal to on the gateway, I'm guessing they'll be able to give you 200 to 300 megabits on the downlink and probably at least 20 to 50 on the uplink at least. If that's better than Comcast, you're probably going to be paying half on Verizon what Comcast is charging you. Comcast probably $90, right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, geez. And I don't even know if it's even all that great of quality. Is Comcast known to have reliable internet?
Yeah, they actually are.
Okay.
Fortunately, sometimes you even get more than what you pay for.
Well, there's that. You got to think. Having options is nice. There are people that haven't had options. They've had one service available to them or something like that. That's not options, dog. One choice. That's not a choice. That's being up against the wall, right?
Monopoly, dog. An absolute. You have to do it.
Yeah.
That's how it was here for the longest time.
But so the news is good. I'm excited for this next era in the 5G situation. There's no race like T-Mobile's claiming that there's a race.
No, there's
because if there's a race, they're about to get swooped, straight up burned. Okay, if there's a race, but I'm not saying there's a race. These shills think there's a race, and they think that C-band is gonna kill off airplanes, and you're gonna have like fire raining down from the sky or some nonsense. But it is what it is.
Yeah, there's no race, no such thing. Because a race would mean there's a finish line. And there's no finish line in these networks. And there's no finish line in this industry. Wait, well, what is the race end in 2023?
If you say so.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
And by the way, we also got this week as well. We're anticipating the final numbers on who purchased what spectrum from the 110, right? 110 auction.
We're expecting that here within the next few days.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting because that spectrum is able to be deployed this year, 2022.
Immediately.
Exactly. Let me ask you guys another thing that I thought of as well. Does this intensify or push T-Mobile in any direction to respond?
Oh yeah, they
I
gotta be pissed, bro, about the
I'll,
pricing
I'll
on the home internet.
yeah, I'll go first on this. I hope, once this auction, divvies out who gets what. Um, Gosh, I hope it forces T-Mobile to spend more capex. Please God, let there be more capex spent, because you're gonna get your butt kicked and carrier aggregation when they combine all that C-band frequencies together. Can we all agree on that?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
100%.
How is the
Well-
2.5 signal with an auction that hasn't happened yet going to compete with 3.4 to 3.7?
there's
all the way up?
nothing there's nothing wrong with the N41 deployment up to this point. The only exception, I think, is it's not a finished product. Like the N41 is still scaling, it's still filling, and we have auctions ongoing, so they can buy more spectrum with the anticipation, since they're going to be a mid-band focused build and they're not really paying attention to millimeter wave. They really need to increase the spending on spectrum and mid-band. Like they probably should have gotten as much DoD as possible. And they probably are going to have to get everything in Spectrum Auction 108. Because they're just not doing millimeter wave. So you're going to have to really hang your hat on the ability to do carrier aggregation in the mid bands in order to just carry all that traffic. It's coming. Anybody who tells you otherwise is delusional. They're going to have to increase backhaul. They're going to have to densify the network, and they're going to have to innovate on their end. Carrier aggregation of wide channels, meaning, 40 megahertz of this mid-band, 140 megahertz of this band. It's the only way for them. They're not doing millimeter wave in a substantial way. So the ultimate capacity layer is lurking in the shadows.
There's so many missed opportunities, Sneed. Millimeter wave on macros. I mean, come on. Zirko, go ahead.
I mean, if you think about it, once the auction's over with, they can do like 100 by 100. That'll help.
Big shout out to Christopher. Thanks for the super chat. If your city has 5G ultra wideband now, will it be in 1700? I'm not sure what you mean, but thanks, Christopher. I appreciate the super chat. I don't know what 1700 is. Anybody know? No?
No idea.
No.
Okay.
So the 1700 is your an AWS spectrum.
Your AWS or PCS?
That's
Or no,
AWS. PCS is
Oh, yeah.
1900. AWS is 1700 and 2100. So now I did hear some talk about maybe future 1700 spectrums, maybe in 5G realm, but that's nothing happening yet.
That's a good point. So I wanted to bring that up earlier. Thank you for reminding me, Zero Cool. We're going to see in Q4, closer to the second half of the year, more and more LTE bands start shifting to 5G. That is confirmed. I mean, it was supposed to happen this year, this past year in 2021, but because, again, supply shortages, AWS band 66 was delayed, N12, right? 700 is delayed, N2 is delayed, additional radios. So that's going to all be happening very quickly by second half of this year.
Yeah, Tim, my market's going to have C-band right away. I don't see why not. Once the sites are up and live, then I'll test.
From what I've heard, bro, is Samsung. The reason why Samsung markets haven't been as fast is because of the supply shortage. That's why Ericsson markets have more sites live.
Yep. It makes sense.
Yeah, the Ericsson RAN equipment will always outpace, in my opinion, the Samsung, and always be, it's out there, and anybody that's going to have an Ericsson C-band site is going to be really happy with it.
Yep. So there's been a lot of questions regarding on the channel. There's been questions on the Twitter on what's going on with AT&T because we've been talking about Verizon, right? Sneed, do you want to mention anything?
Yeah, 1 second. So to address a couple of things here, Christopher, thanks again for the super chat. He said if you have 5G ultrawideband now, will it be included in the 1,700 cities with the C-band launch? Yes. Those cities that have ultrawideband are usually big markets. They're also the top 46 PEAs. So yes, they would be the first ones to get the C-band as well. So look forward to that if you're in one of those markets. And Blind Tech Adventures says, I think you all should talk about the prospective impact to more home and business internet, as well as get more on the network, especially in non-46 PEAs. So that's going to be an issue, right? Like the non-46 PEAs are in a holding stage. They have to wait for B and C block, which is 2023. But as soon as supply chain is there, Verizon's probably hitting the ground running in the installations. So at the time of the licenses being able to broadcast and transmitted, they're going to be a go. So in terms of the home and the business internet, though, I think the home internet, we did a decent job talking about that. But in relation to the non-46 PAs, that's really a wait and see 2023. You know, it'd be hard to speculate and predict, you know, when does Verizon 5G home make it to Biloxi, Mississippi or whatever? You know, middle of Bruns, Tucky, whatever. I don't know. You know, like non-top 46 PAs are just kind of like a wait and see situation. But those places, though, Nimmer, have 200 megahertz of C-band. So when they do go live, they're going to be freaking fast. Like really fast. And from what I'm hearing internally, they're going to be using C-band as IAB backhaul. So it's going to serve two purposes. They'll be able to power their network and their home internet with their own wireless backhaul. They can kind of like daisy chain, you know, the wireless fiber in a way. Moose, you were asking about something?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of questions on what's AT&T doing. So would you want to fill in the perspective there?
AT&T's kind of quiet, right, Moose?
They have been quiet.
Yeah,
They have been quiet. But I think you mentioned you mentioned it yesterday, I believe, either on a Spaces or this morning or maybe in our conversations. Do they have to be loud? Do they have to be as loud as Verizon?
No, I don't think they have to be as loud. I do think they have to pace, but I don't think they have to be loud. I think they're loud with their fiber. I think they're loud with HBO Max. I think they're, you know, in that respect. I mean, they've got the best upgrade program in the game, right? So, like, there's certain things that they do the best in the industry. You know, and I don't know. It's not their style, right? Traditionally or historically, we don't see them behaving like T-Mobile. And, you know, to be honest with you, this event from Verizon was unprecedented. They don't really do stuff like this.
I wanted Randall to be the show opener for Cband on their side, but I don't think it's
gonna happen.
Hey guys, sorry what I did the last 10 years. Good luck though.
Right. Can I have Cband, please? No.
Yeah, and actually, Tim, I have a prediction. If you're not on one of the postpaid premium plans, things are about to get real rough in a non-top 46 PA. Like if you have starter unlimited, your service is going to be awful. Until they get upgraded.
Like Magenta Essentials offer?
Yeah, like that.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's going to be Essentials type access. like visible.
They better call it the bastard child plan.
Seriously,
update the branding.
That's seriously what I think it's going to be like. It's going to be like visible, the starter unlimited, the Verizon prepaid, the little MVNO guys. I think that network access is going to be bare bones, like just chugging along, dude. Like 100-pound person carrying 200 pounds of weight.
Oh yeah, it's going to be bad.
But if you're on a premium plan, your service will still remain good, because everybody tells me the same thing. Man, I got Verizon, man. It sucks, bro. It's congested. What plan you got? Starter. They want to
Might
order
as
us.
well not
They want to
be.
order Pete. They want to order a Salisbury steak and then hold it to like ribeye standards.
Oh shit,
Dude, we got the Magenta business. I don't hold it to the Magenta Max standards.
But here's the thing, Pete.
I know
T-Mobile has
sometimes
scaled upgrades. It's not an issue.
Yeah, I know sometimes I'm not going to get the non-buffering 1080p video due to the plan. I'm kind of happy with the 720 though.
Yeah, I don't have problems with 720 at all.
No.
Yeah, but people have to align their expectations properly. You cannot sit there and dog an entry-level plan or a company for that matter when they told you the terms.
Dude, an entry-level plan, you're the bar you're trying to get over is when somebody calls you, you don't sound like a robot.
You know what I'm going to start doing, Pete? And since you're one of my key moderators, from now on in any of my videos or live streams, if somebody comes in and starts complaining about MVNO access or entry-level unlimited, just block them.
Hey, I've been doing that little by little.
Because it does not make sense to complain about a starter unlimited plan. No way.
It doesn't make sense. You're paying for budget access effectively. Why should you be expecting? So the essentials in my market is more expensive than Magenta due to taxes.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. But you're basically, getting a Chevy Nova from the 60s that needs an engine replaced at the
Pete,
entry price for Verizon. And you're looking over there at their premier plan, which is Lexus. It's not the same, man.
The adoption of the higher premium plans destroyed entry-level plans. Your experience just went to the gutter.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually kind of sorry for those who thought Essentials was a good idea on T-Mobile the day Max came out.
Terrible.
Because same network and...
Oh, shit.
What?
Seems Tyrone is saying that T-Mobile just responded to the event. Let's see.
No.
Oh, my God.
What's up, Los?
My God. What up, Pete? What's up, bro? Oh, my God, they responded.
Let's see how they responded. Hold on.
Do we have a link so I can look this too without having to track it down?
I didn't even look yet. I don't even want to look.
Oh my God.
By the way, we forgot to mention because it was completely overlooked because of the announcement from Verizon. The S21 FE 5G will be launching this Friday.
Yep. So a T-Mobile announcement from that last night, and I'm like, this is probably news for people looking for it.
This is exactly what it says. The awkward moment when you make a big announcement to reveal that you're still behind on T-Mobile in 5G. Oh my God!
Hey,
unbelievable!
Shout out to Semi for sending me a link to the thing.
Wow,
unbelievable.
Wait, no. T-Mobile will offer existing Magenta Max customers 20% off for life.
What is that? Is that their answer to the thing too?
That's actually a pretty damn good answer if that's the thing.
Are you serious? They said that?
Yeah.
No.
That's not bad.
They're scared.
All right, we got Tyrone in the house.
Hey, announce the breaking news from T-Mobile.
Yep. Just right now, just got it in 20% off all lines.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
They're desperate, dog. That's what it means.
Oh damn!
For the life of the account.
No way. So any plan?
Well, it just says Magenta Max. I don't know about you.
That might
That's so bad.
that might actually be worth upgrading.
Hey, you know what, bro? I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna tell them, you don't give me the 20% off. Give me my account number.
They should have made it like 30 or something, 40 maybe.
Jesus, bro, that is
Live
That's
reaction to
gonna
this.
cut the.
What do you,
That's gonna cut the capex.
live reaction to this. Sneed, what do you think about this?
This is fantastic. This is exactly what we needed and what we wanted.
That's competition, man.
Yes. I think this is, bro. Like, okay, so AT&T makes a move, T-Mobile responds. T-Mobile makes a move, AT&T responds. Verizon finally makes a move, T-Mobile responds again. You can't ask for a better setup. This is you know what this reminds me of? You guys ever watch like the UFC or boxing? And the fighters are literally exchanging like right hooks and huge punches back and forth. This is a brawl. This is a business brawl.
Which is good.
Oh, this is the best. They can run each other's businesses into the ground. I don't care.
Give me 20% off.
Give me 20%
20%
off
off right now.
Magenta. That's right.
bro.
And hey, you should also receive more thongs on T-Mobile Tuesdays. You got to throw that in.
20% off those too. Why not?
Yep.
Hey, T-Mobile Tuesday has been sucking. At least I'm getting the gas most of the time.
Hey,
You
but
still
hold
getting
on.
the 10 cents on Shell?
Yep.
All right.
But how is, bro? The Magenta Max is their top unlimited plan. Like how? That is crazy, bro. That's how you know they're feeling the threat, bro. They know that Cband is gonna make their turn go fucking up the roof, bro.
Yo, hold on. This is funny, guys. So T-Mobile, Moose, you were talking about that tweet, the awkward moment when you make a big announcement to reveal that you're still behind T-Mobile in 5G.
Yeah.
And then Noel says that moment when you wake up to another T-Mobile hack.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, this is hilarious, man. These people, man, everybody's a savage these days. Jesus.
Hey, I just want everyone to have the best available service where they have access to it.
And now get a great deal.
Hey,
Hold
good deals are gravy on the cake, man.
on, Tyrone. I got a question for you, bro. Does this 20% off include? Because I have a second T-Mobile account. That's just
It's
that's on the military Magenta Max.
See that I don't know, Carlos. I know it's you get 2 codes per account if you're an existing Magenta Max, or if you switch from the Magenta to the Magenta Max, you get 2 lines, 20% off.
Oh, it's only 2 lines.
25% off.
So Tyrone, how long was
lines?
this on the shelf at T-Mobile?
It just broke. Just the internal documents just came out. They probably waited for this.
How long do you think they had been waiting to use this in preparation for Verizon's announcement?
Yeah. Well, I think they knew that Verizon wasn't going to drop price. They weren't going to budge. And that's something where T-Mobile will always be able to beat them is pricing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, 20% off if it's 2 lines. It's only $6 savings.
Hey, it's 20% off. 20% off these nuts.
Hey, Tyrone, but the home internet, bro, is the biggest bargain because I already called and confirmed it, bro. So the LTE box, if you get the LTE box, it would be recommended. Whoever the hell wants it, get it today. Like order it today, because you will get it at $40 with your current plan with auto pay. Then you change tomorrow. You change your plan to the new plan. It goes from 40 to 20.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Because the LTE box, which is going to be the C-band box, the price is going to go up a little bit, and it's going to be $25 after discount. You know, if you do it tomorrow. But if you do it today, it'll be $20 when you get that new plan. So like right now, if you have your mmWave home internet box at $50, it'll be 25.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
straight
you
up
got to
50%
be on.
off.
You got to be on these new plans. So if you're on a legacy plan like me, you're gonna have to
Ah,
change.
that tell-
Yep.
Tyrone, are you by the airport? Are you by the airport, Tyrone? No.
Are you using T-Mobile?
If you're
So, but this is interesting, right? 20% off.
the T-Mobile is 20% off. All right,
Well,
so now what
we wait
happens
for
to the ARPU?
Hold on,
Those are gonna be lower.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
bro.
And we want the capex to increase.
We want it to
I-
skyrocket, Sneed.
I hope so.
Not even
I hope
increase.
so.
Bro,
I've
but
got reservations, dog.
But that's the thing. How is the CapEx going to increase when they're when the prices are so cheap, bro? That I understand there's still profitability margins, but you got
And-
CEOs getting paid 100 mil a year.
But
or
here's the
some shit,
thing. Here's the thing, Los. So like this plan situation, the Magenta MAX upgrade could essentially help them generate an additional $10 to $20 a line.
Well,
Right.
9 per account if people just upgrade looking for the tickets.
Well, if they're upgrading from Essentials or Magenta, then that kind of changes the number depending. But
Yep.
in most cases, if it's $10, that's $10 per line, right? So if there's 5 lines on the account, that's $50. Plus,
No, Sneed. It's 2 at 20% on a 5 line, and then 3 still at 100% cost. So they're only losing like $12 out of that package. So
But what about the free lines? Like you can't have free lines on Magenta MAX.
I'm about to see if I can get me a free line and a 20%, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Man, T-Mobile ain't gonna make any money after Carlos is done.
Bro,
Right
bro,
now,
we need to
baby.
go on record on what happened with T-Mobile, dog. Sneed, we need to go on record, dog.
Hold on, because I'm gonna ask them about this on the phone, bro.
I have
about how this new plan
concerns. I
works.
mean, I know they're upselling the Magenta, but does that still outweigh the offsetting of the cost, like with the 20% discount? Like, does it
Sneed,
still
should
work
we-
out for them?
Sneed, should we go on record on what's going
I
on
don't
with Magenta?
Let me look at the structure of this discount here.
Is it
says
just for
here-
2 lines?
It says here, new and existing Magenta MAX customers get 25% off their accounts for life.
Ah, that's horrible. Like that is the worst. Oh my gosh, I can't even I'm too
The promotion starts. The promotion starts the 6th.
That's not a good move. Not a good move. The goal is to make money on plans. So that way you have capex to build your network, not the other way around. They're doing stuff
how about
completely
this?
backwards.
How about this? If you're a Sprint customer, a Boost customer in a Shentel market, T-Mobile prepaid, Metro, or any MVNO on T-Mobile's network, like Google Fi, and
Or
Google
Mint.
Voice numbers, you are not eligible.
Yeah.
So, Sneed, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you want to go on record about what's going on with Magenta?
Yeah, so it's the second thing, the second part to this, Moose. It says having third line free and or free lines will not affect the discount at all. So
So they're just getting as cheap as possible.
yeah, existing customer codes will work for any existing customers It's really just about moving customers up to max, and then it still combines with everything. So that's good for the customer. The unfortunate thing here is that if they're squeezing their margins, if it doesn't pan out, like, is this damage control, or was this going to happen regardless of what Verizon did?
I think this is damage control. I mean, if you think about every move that they make, it's for the customer, not really for themselves, the network, right? So it's my opinion.
All right, bro. The guy's checking right now. I have the T-Mobile on hold on the other phone, and because he said, from what he was aware of, is 20% for up to 2 lines, but he's gonna check to see if it's up to the whole account. He's just gonna double check to make sure.
It doesn't say that up to 2 lines.
Well, I don't know. That's what he was telling me too, from what he heard. But he's gonna double check just to make sure, because there has been a couple of memos going around about it. He was just getting to the memos. So hold on, I'll let you know.
It says here, Magenta MAX customers 20% off their accounts for life. No strings attached. I guess we'll have to wait for an official thing. I mean, this is the TMR, the T-Mobile report. Some dude named J-Man100.
Oh God, oh man, I can't believe they let. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Jesus Christ.
That doesn't sound like lines. That sounds like the account. So, but you would have to have Magenta MAX on all the lines, right?
Probably, most likely. Hold on, I got the guy checking right now. This is going to be coming from an official T-Mobile, rep. So
there you go.
So at least we know it'll be more solid.
Yep.
So he's right now reading his memos, because he was actually reading it right before he got the call.
Yeah, and then I could do like a follow-up video for this with the details.
Military plans are not available.
Yeah, I figures they would screw us.
Military plans don't qualify?
Bro, if you think about it, 20% off on Magenta MAX. So do the math.
I'm still checking on this one, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So think about it. So it's 160. What is it? 160 for 4 lines on Magenta MAX or something like that?
Yep.
Okay, so on military, I think 4 lines is what, 140 or 120?
Yeah, I'm reading this, and I'm reading this here. It's 20% off the voice line to the account. So this is actually account-based, not lines-based. So this is for the entire account, guys.
Oh, okay.
So $20 on every 100.
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
So that's basically a discount. Basically, if you have 4 lines, that's a discount, $5.
Well, I think Magenta MAX is $200 for 4 lines.
How much is Magenta MAX military for 4 lines?
It's $15 above base.
Bro, so you're telling me that
so it's $220.
So you're telling me a consumer is going to have a cheaper price than the military account? I might as well switch it to damn consumer.
I'm looking at this, and if I went with it, I'd be paying another $132.
Dude, Eugene had this one ready, loaded in the clip.
You want 20% off from Planet Zorb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? It doesn't look like T-Mobile's ever going to discount the home internet. They're never going to do that. Verizon did the opposite. They'll discount the home internet. T-Mobile won't. They'll discount the mobility, but they won't discount the home internet. Why do you think that is, Pete?
The internet doesn't have full market penetration. Hopefully, when it does, they'll start discounting it, because extra discounts are good ways of getting people. I mean, if you're losing an extra $10, but you're still getting 40 yen, that's $40 you weren't making otherwise.
So
And you need to activate that new account as well.
okay, so the code has to be provided by an employee. So it's not just they're doing it. It has to be an employee providing the code to get that 20%.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh yeah, the
that is
T-Mobile
correct,
Insider.
sir. And
Yeah.
you need to, this is actually from our employee, like T-Mobile stores, something like that.
Okay.
Sir, if you have a friend, something like that, and they, if it is going to be, opening, activating a new account as well, and you need to port in a number as well.
Okay, but it counts towards current customers too, right?
I have here for a current customer.
Well, if Verizon is willing to discount home internet by 50%, why shouldn't T-Mobile?
Qualifying rate plan
I
as
put the
well.
link in the chat
Okay.
there for you guys.
Qualifying rate plan is what, Magenta MAX, right?
Yes, sir. Magenta MAX.
Okay, cool.
Or Business Unlimited Ultimate, sir.
Or Business Unlimited
Those are the
Ultimate.
credits, sir, but yes, sir. That is correct.
Oh, cool. All right,
Damn, I
thank you
can't
so
believe
much. I really
T-Mobile's gonna
appreciate
let
it.
Verizon beat them on the home internet.
Yeah, the T-Mobile employee is going to provide, the discount.
James, a store employee would have to hook you up with it.
Unbelievable. Can you believe this? This is out of control. Wow. 20% off on top of everything. Might as well, Sneed, might as well give everybody 50% off. I mean,
Hey,
damn.
if it was 50% off, I might jump.
Oh,
That was my
$150
original
feels pretty good.
suggestion. Just give more, yeah.
This is your neighbor passing out dollar bills on Halloween, dog. Yeah, but as soon as it's available, Devin, anybody who's like savvy enough to shop around is gonna leave. I mean, if Verizon and T-Mobile are offering the same type of product, and Verizon says, "I'll give it to you for half," and then
I'm not angry about the discount. It's just sad that somebody has to discount their service in order to keep people happier so that they don't leave.
Bro, the SMT Nation's making out like a bandit right now. Everybody's about to get 20% off.
Exactly. Bro. I'm not dissing the discount. I'm just saying that if you think about the grand scheme of things, this is going to further reduce the ARPU, further incentivize people to not spend on the network.
No,
yeah. I mean, can you imagine like what they're thinking about, like in the back room, like, let's give people 20% off.
So here's the thing. If I were to enterprise on this, I'd end up paying them an extra $132 a month, and my usage mine and Sneed's usage would be basically the same, and everybody else on my account would be basically the same. If I jumped on the discount, they're making $132.
All right, gents, we gotta wrap up the show. I gotta just answer one more question. In terms of the LT home internet for Verizon, you can get the discount. You can get on anything other than Starter Unlimited. So it doesn't have to be the highest plan. It could be the do more, play more, or get more. Just can't be the starter. But we got to shut down the stream. I want to thank everybody for their super chats. I want to thank all my moderators. Big shout out to everybody here in the panel. Pete, the Bearded Dragon, Moose, Zero Cool. We had Carlos S. Tech. We had Tyrone from Tech Life. Popped in for a minute, but we do have to get off. People got to get back to doing what they were doing before we started the live stream. Big shout out to Chanel.
Chanel 808 Life something $5 super chat. T-Mobile is taking the Costco approach. Big discounts and volume sells in bulk. Yes, But the Costco approach is you're paying $130 a year to shop there. That's
Yeah, but I
where
think his point is that they're thinking growth and ads, right?
Yeah, but like I'm paying $130 a year for a business executive account at Costco. So that offsets the fact they're only making a 11.5% markup compared to a 13% markup.
But you got to remember, Pete, we get as a business executive, we get that cash back rewards at the end of every shopping year. So at the end, our
Actually, the
membership ends up
minimum
being
we're
free.
paying is like the absolute minimum is 65 for the cost.
Bro,
All right.
'cause I get.
You guys
I
want
get
to
the
do another live
2%.
stream tonight after we get the details on everything?
Depends on the time.
Okay, we'll keep you guys posted. Big shout out to Chanel 808. Thank you, Lawrence, for the super chat. Big shout out to everybody who is here at the live stream. Hashtag 2Live Crew. Hashtag Ravioli Gang if you were eating lunch during the live broadcast. Hashtag Replay Crew for those of you watching this on DVR. Please do like this video, share it to your socials. Stay tuned for more content from the SMT. Subscribe and turn on bell notifications. Links in the description for all the community items that are going on. Patreon page, Twitter handle, email. It's all there.
Okay, sir, I've got the
And Carlos is still on customer care call. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.